So let's start with the quick revision that what we have discussed in the last lecture. Last lecture, we have discussed about the different protocols, protocol standards, organization are IEEE, ANSI. So they all are deciding that what type of the rules and regulations you're supposed to fix to make effective data communication. So main thought process will be starting from manufacturers are there across the globe. Okay. And to bring them all into the common standard, and they will follow the common standard for any communication technology. Like if they are using a Ethernet or wire-based communication, if they are making a product of, or they are manufacturing a product of wireless-based device. So whatever the wired or wireless such type of the device they are manufactured in their own country, in their own premises, they must follow one particular standard. And if they are following a particular standard, so communication from one end of your world to the another end of your world is possible. And if standard is not going to match, then this communication is not possible. So to make those standard fix, there are standard organizations are there. They are deciding which type of the protocol or rules and regulation is supposed to follow. So that's type of the stuff we have discussed. Then we have discussed about the different OSI model layers. Okay. So whatever the task is there from generating your initial data from your web browser, any internet-based application, and when it is reached to the final cable, during that particular period, there are different layers are there in between this data finally converted into some signals. And giving their own identity, like we also need to generate, we also need to add some type of the networking information, some source address, destination address, different type of the signaling we need to apply. By looking to their environmental condition, we need to add some error and detection code, or we are considering like that in whenever we transmit a signal, there is always having some data loss. So to detect that corrected data, that loose data, which type of the extra bit that you are going to add it to secure that information. So encryption, error correction, detection, flow control. For all this parameter, we need to add layers. So as we have started initially, there are seven topics are there, or 7 issues are there that must be targeted before sending any packet from one end to another end. We need to add all those information about flow control, error control, encryption, reliable data communication, or effective conversation from digital data to digital signal. So this whole task is going to handle by this 7-layer of OSI structure. Okay. Now we are having another model, and we are going to compare the OSI. So that model name is a TCP/IP model. Okay, and majority of us are using TCP/IP model nowadays. OSI model is like there is a 7-layer and very easy to understand. Once we understand the OSI layer, if we compare directly with the TCP/IP model, so we will get idea that how it will differ from actual 7-layer architecture. So in an OSI model, there are always having a 4-layer only it have. Okay, and which of these 4 layer? First is application that you can see over here in a brown color. Then we are having a transport layer, application, transport, network, and we can say data link and physical layer combined we have. Okay, so actually whatever the application presentation and session, in which what we are doing in application presentation and session, application will give you the GUI-based structure, like what you want to access website, or you want to access the banking information, you want to access some of the videos. So the GUI structure that is common with the application layer, what presentation layer will do? It will translate whatever the GUI-based structure is, it is given in your web page, how it is converted to machine language, how the encryption data added in that one, that is a task of presentation. What is the task of processing layer? It is identifying the synchronization between both of the source and destination. That how much time you have to communicate from here to there, what is the time, and how much time both system is going to right? So all these three layers combined in a TCP IP, and it's commonly considered as application layer. And there are several protocols are there. Simple message transfer protocol (SMTP), file transfer protocol (FTP), hypertext transfer protocol (HTTP), domain name server, SNMP, Telnet. So these are the different are there through which different application is going to work. Like if you can say SMTP, so which is used for mail or message transfer services. If you can say FTP, which is mostly used for file sharing. While HTTP, it is for web browsing. Well, we can say DNS is to identify that you are what you are typing. How your network will identify that what is google.com. So individual website having their individual domain name. Okay, you can say there are specific addresses there. So in the entire world, that google.com is registered with one common IP address. Okay, so how we can get that IP address from typing the google.com? So to convert into from text to that IP address is a task of domain name. It will go through the DNS and identify whether such type of the website is there or not, and if it is there, what is IP address of that one? Where it is situated. So domain name. So likewise, whatever the applications you are assuming, like data transfer, file transfer, secured message, or some banking, there are different applications for that. And you all know, you are purchasing something from Amazon.com. Whenever you go for the transaction, new window is going to open, which is associated with the MasterCard, Visa card. Likewise, there are new windows. Master payment, the window is getting possible. So we can say that Amazon.com and this payment website, it's not common. It is working on different, So both require a different protocol. Okay, might be there in Amazon.com security, it is not there. But when you go for the banking transaction, it must be done through some high level of security. It must be having some high level of security. So to provide some differentiation in the same process, we need to choose this different application. What is the task of this different application? So in a TCP, this three layer is combined. Transport layer is it is entities. Like which type of the SCTP or either you are carrying the information, control information, or data information, or any other. Depend on that, this transportation layer, it is same as a OS. There is no changes in that. While a network layer is also the same and having a different protocol like ICMP, IGMP, RARP, ARP. Now, what are these protocol and what is the meaning of all of them? Whenever we say there are a network layers, whenever communication started, it is not just directly started and data is going to flood it. No. There will be both of the parties. And you can say you want to share the file from here to there. So first you need to decide that what is my source, what is my destination, as well as initially you don't know whether this website is available or not. Or you can say you are typing in this website from your browser first time. So might be that website is not previously accessible by you. So initially you need to first clear out that whether this domain name server is there or not, whether the address that you are identifying, whether it is available or not. So for all this purpose, this different network protocol is going to be. So if it is initially for handshaking, it will go with the address resolution. Then whatever the acknowledgement will came, it will come on reverse address resolution. Then another ICMP. So what is the application you are choosing? In out of that, for the different application, different transport layer protocol are there. Okay, like same letter you can transmit, like you are opening a YouTube in Firefox, Mozilla, and Internet Explorer. So in all the three websites, all the three browsers, you are opening a single website. Okay, YouTube.com. But it will travel through a different transport protocol because it is a different application. So process by process, transport layer will differ. Similarly, that IP is also different. Next, data link and physical. As you know, what is a data link and physical layer? it will do the framing of that data, it will provide a flow control information, error control information, and ultimately it will convert into the appropriate signals. I have asked you something question about what's the difference between data and signal. Can you tell me what is the difference between data and signals? Is my voice coming properly? Smith, Heath, all the participants in class, is it coming properly? Okay. Yes. What is the difference between data and signal? Sorry, get in between. Might be there are some internet issues there, but now it is coming properly. Okay. So, yes, tell me, what is difference between data and signal? No answer. From online also, you can tell me what is difference between data and signal? Yes? Hello? Okay, data is the information which is to be transformed and signal is a carrier which carries the data. Yes, true. We can say like that, data is a raw information. Okay, and signal is that we are transforming those data into specific manner. Okay, and which manner that actually we have chosen for the communication. Let's say you are choosing a communication as a wireless, like you are using Wi-Fi, Zigbee, Bluetooth. You are using coaxial cable, twisted cable, fiber optic cable. So for all this communication, different communication methodology, you require a different type of the signals. Signal will be like 2-level voltage signal, 4-level voltage signal, 8-level, NRZ, RZ, Manchester. There are different type of the signaling techniques are there. But signal is nothing but way of representing the data. Either in blue or in yes. So data, that is what we transmit and through signal we send and receive the data. Yes. So data that actually we want to transfer here to the signal, which this information is going to carry. That type of the stuff. So this is a basic difference between OSI model and discrimination. So what are this overall difference terminology? So IP, we can say that is the inter-networking protocol, and we can say it's unreliable and connection-less protocol of best effort delivery, no error checking, which is over there in an IP based protocol. While IP transform packet into the datagram format, datagram can be traveled along with the different route and arrive out of the sequence. Meaning of that, like whenever we talk about, we can say that protocol related to that packets and all the stuff. So what actually going to be happening? See the data from your source. It is going to scatter, flooded. Okay, it's going to flood into entire big network. And whenever it is find out the comfortable, like you are sending, let's say, 100 packets. So it's not confined, it's not fixed that all the 100 packets will travel to the same route. No, it can travel to any route and it is reached at the destination randomly. But at the end, you are having another software or whatever section you are taking, it will arrange those packets in sequence, and then your original data is going to be mastered. If you have used a torrent, or if you use we can say internet download manager, okay, so at that time, it is not like that first packet will came first, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. No. That randomly packet will came to your system, then it is get arranged, and then it will get in majority of the case, if your data is going to download it, continuously your data is going to download it, you know that that big file size is going to, let's say, 1 GB. But if you have downloaded 300 MB, let's say you are downloading a video. So sometimes it's happened like that. Once that entire file will download, then you can see the entire movie or entire video. It's not like that 300 MB is downloaded. Now let's see the half of the hour movie first. Sometimes it is happening, sometimes not. So in majority of the cases, क्या हो रहा होगा like पूरा डाउनलोड होने के बाद वो पूरा स्टार्ट होना है. ऐसा नहीं 300 MB हो गया चलो 10 मिनट देख लो बाद में वेट करो. It might, like in some majority of the cases, not happen, but in some of the cases where a special type of the features will be there, like in a YouTube, you can say. If you are having a YouTube as a GVoice, you are having the option of buffering. So if your software you have made up like that, you are targeting for initial packet first, and you are arranging and you are generating a buffering sequence. The buffering sequence क्या होता होगा? 1 second, or we can say 1 minute, 1 second. After that, it will wait or it will stop. If your data speed is slow, it will stop, and it will collect the packet for another 5 to 10 seconds, and it will try to see that bar is going to move. So such type of the extra type of the algorithm or extra type of the, I can say, programming if you have done at your application side, so that might be possible. Is it coming properly or continuously voice breaking? Voice cut થાય છે. Hello, is it coming? Is it with the 2 to 3 people or it is with everyone? Everybody give me the confirmation in chat box. Is it coming properly or is it continuously cracking? Now clear, breaking, now clear. Okay, clear. Chali. So it is going to be happen with different protocols. So over here, as I have told you, data is going to travel in terms of packets, and whenever it is reached to the destination, it's again going to recollect and regenerate the information. ICMP, which is an internet control message protocol. So to send the notification of datagram sender sends the query and error reporting message. So where the ICMP used for the special purpose, like if there are some error occur in terms of reception, so to report that error, ICMP protocol is used. IGMP, ARP, address resolution. So depend on the different type of the query, error or flow control related query or logical address related query or resolution of that logical address, this IGMP, ARP, RARP is going to use. But what we are need to focus over here, we need to focus about the physical layer structure. This is just an overview of OSI layer. So responsive, what is a responsibility of transport layer? As I have told you, it's a process by process and end-to-end transport layer, whether it is used as a control message or user datagram or stream control transmission, which type of the stuff that you are accessing transport. And it's a similar to OSI as we have discussed previously. So TCP, which is a reliable connection oriented protocol. Like if you are having a connection oriented and second we have a user datagram which is unreliable. Meaning of that, like connection oriented protocol, it means you are fixing the connection from here to there. Let's say you are using a telephone, just for example, you are communicating with telephone. So whenever you are communicating with the telephone, there is a dedicated path is given to you. Whatever that mobile exchange center or we can say telephone exchange center, they will give you a specific band. Like आप यही frequency में आप बात करोगे. So which is related to connection oriented. Like जब तक ये दोनों का बात खत्म नहीं होगा, उतना band उसको dedicated allocated किया जाएगा. Okay, it's not random, it's fixed. So that's we can say the connection oriented. So if such type of the data is there, where you require a reliable and such connection oriented protocol at that time, TCP going to be used. So it will divide a stream of data into the smaller unit called the segment, and segment having a sequence number for reordering, and TCP collect all the datagram from IP, recollect, but the communication is going to done with that, I can say, connection oriented stuff. It's not like आपने network में भेज दिए, अभी वो अपने हिसाब से पहुंच जाएंगे receiver side. No. You have dedicated path, so that's considered as a reliable communication, connection-oriented type of communication. While in UDP, it's unreliable process to process control and it will not such type of the thing. Depend on the traffic, that packet variation, length, amount of flow is going to enter into the network, it's differ. Like आपका वो बंद कर दीजिएगा, वो नीचे गिरेगा तो अभी ऐसा है तो इधर इस साइड आ जाइए. नहीं वो बंद कर दीजिए, वो मुझे भयानक लग रहा है. जस्ट वेट फॉर अ मिनट और आप इधर आ जाइए, इस साइड आ जाइए, छुट्टी हो जाएगी बोले आपके सम्मान. ठीक है चलिए. So that's the difference. Okay. So port entries, checksum, error, flow control, that all data is going to edit and different variable length of packet will. Well, we can say another in application layer, as I have told you, provide a bidirectional text-oriented communication, telnet, file transfer, mail transfer, SMTP, domain name system, HTTP. So these are the different applications out there. So what is a basic difference? If we can say OSI and TCP much in common. Okay, majority of the layer are common in that, but functionality of layers is also going to be roughly similar. But there are three concepts are central to OSI model, like what is the service that you are providing in each layer, and interface, like it tells the process above it to access and specify what parameter and result it's going to expect. If you are coming from transport layer to network layer, it will tell you, like now it is coming from transport layer to network layer, it must be required to add some networking information. So it is the interface. Like if packet going from up to down or down to up, what they need to add or what they need to remove. That's we can say the interfacing. Protocols, they use the layer by layer, it's on business. Application layer वालों का अपना protocol होता है, transport layer को अपना protocol होता है. Depending on the data and the message, their protocol is going to choose. Okay, so TCP/IP model can be replaced relatively easily by the technology change. In a TCP/IP model, protocol come first. Model was just description of the existing protocol. And in OSI model came first, then according to that service and duty of interfaces protocol. So OSI में पहले model आ गया, बाद में services आपने fix की. While in TCP/IP पहले we can say that protocol came first और बाद में आपने model बनाया. कि भाई आप model के हिसाब से services नहीं, पहले services आपने define किया, SMTP करूँगा, HTTP करूँगा, telnet करूँगा, तो उसके लिए क्या datagram, इसके लिए क्या transport layer चाहिए, क्या network layer चाहिए. So that's the two stuff. पहले मॉडल बना, बाद में सर्विस इन OSI, while in TCP पहले सर्विस डिफाइन हुई, उसके ऊपर से लोगों ने TCP/IP. So that's the basic difference. So the OSI model supports both connection-less and connection-oriented communication, the network layer, but connection-oriented communication in transport layer only. Why? TCP/IP model has only connection-less mode in the network layer, but supports both in transport layer, giving a user choice. Okay, so we can see in OSI layer that difference is going to be happen at the transport layer. Like either you can use a connection less or connection oriented, either using that UDP or we can say IDP, depend on that. While in OSI it is a fix, it is fixed. Like it will provide both connection oriented and connection less, but in transport layer, network layer, only connection, in a transport layer, only connection oriented services are. So that is a basic difference. Transport layer में flexibility नहीं मिलती थी, वहाँ पे connection oriented ही चलना पड़ता था, OSI. While in TCP/IP, you have a chance. Either you can choose connection less or connection oriented. So these are the things we have regarding the comparative stuff of TCP/IP and OSI model. What is packet loss? Raj, packet loss, it means you can say you are sending some of the data and it might be happen like that. Let's say you are having a communication between here to Maharashtra, just for example. And in between your data is passing through two servers or passing through two routers. It might be that like one of the router is going shut down, but you are sending a data continuously. So it might be happen that from one router your packet is getting lost and another router did not get that particular stuff. So that we can say the packet loss. So at your receiver, what it will generate, it will continuously generate negative acknowledgement. Like मुझे आपके 10 पैकेट तो मिले, बाद में from 11 onwards I'm not getting anything. Meaning of that packet is going to be lost. That's the one reason. Might be there are some traffics are there. There are unwanted traffic going to be generated. तो वहाँ पे जो उसने ऐसा सोचा कि भाई GTU का सर्वर या कोई स्पेसिफिक गेम या कोई स्पेसिफिक ऐसा सर्वर वहाँ पे रखते हैं और वो कभी भी नहीं चालू होता, बट अभी कुछ टूर्नामेंट चालू होते तो सब लोग उस पे आके उसका जो कैपेसिटी था, बैंडविड्थ था, उससे ज्यादा लोग उसमें I can say it's going to connect with them. So might be affected that whatever the regular communication is not possible because already traffic generated in their band. So that is also reason for creating a packet loss. कि आपका पैकेट बीच में ड्रॉप हो रहा है, पहुंच ही नहीं रहा है, क्योंकि in between there are a huge traffic. So that's the reason. So there are 4 type of the addresses are there: physical address, logical address, port address, and specific address. Now, what do you mean by this address? This address is also associated with the different layers of TCP/IP. And how it is related, that we will see. It will be related like this one. So data link layer and physical layer combinedly give the physical address. Okay, your physical address. What is your physical communication you have established between them? That's the physical. Then logical address from network address, I can say IP and other protocols. So from network address, you are getting the logical address. While transport layer, it will give you the port address. Like port address, it means if it is connection oriented, so it is going to this port number, this one. If it is connection less, so it is going to this port address. As well as specific address like address with HTTP. So what is HTTP of that? So what is the basic terminology for that? If you are having a HTTPS or FTP dot, so what is the application layer address is there? That's considered a specific address. So specific address is targeted to reach from that application to same application on the other side. While port address, it will tell you that which type of the services you are using, connection oriented or connection less. Logical addresses tell you that which type of the network routing you supposed to take. आपको कौन से रास्ते से जाना है? And physical address will tell you like what is actually your medium on which you are traveling. So specific address ये कहता है कि भाई क्या पैकेट है आपका? कोई ऐसा बड़ा बॉक्स है, छोटा बॉक्स है, एनवेलोप पे क्या है? पोर्ट एड्रेस वो बताएगा कि आप किस तरह से उसको पहुंचाओगे. Okay, you are transporting it with any random courier service, or you are dedicated one particular agency to deliver that packet, so that connection oriented, connection less. Logical address will tell you like कहाँ से ये route होके ये packet वहाँ पे पहुंचेगा, which path I supposed to take, what is my identity, like this parcel is going to travel with this big box. तो वो box उसका वो logical address हो गया कि वो जितनी भी दूर जाएगा उसका वो address change नहीं हो पाएगा. While physical address will tell you like from port to port, whether it is a wired, wireless, or fiber optic cable, it's going to changing. So in I think many serials also, or in many kind of the episodes of Crime Patrol, like whenever there are some cyber crime is going to happen, okay, what is the main thing that police or those are following? How they can get tracked? They can get tracked from their IP address. So an IP address going to track what they are going to check, what is the MAC address of that. And MAC address will be your permanent address of your system. If I'm purchasing this particular laptop, it is having one particular ID. Okay, so this ID and this IP address is going to combine. So, वो चीज किसके नाम पे? And if you are doing with the mobile, so your mobile किसके नाम पे register था? If you are doing from laptop, so this laptop is registered with which particular person. Likewise, they are going to redirect. But right now, there are lots of cyber security related subjects are also there. So you will get. Have you heard about Tor browser? Tor, Onion browser. Like 2 to 3 people has. But the Tor browser, they are encapsulating a many IP. They are bouncing your IP address from several places, and then it will start packaging data. So it will creating a virtual network. Okay, like you are communicating with one of the IP address, but you only know. third party who will try to access that IP address, it will show you that you are not at the India, you are at somewhere in Switzerland. Just search about Tor browser. It is interesting, but वो कहते हैं ना कि तलवार के दोनों बाजू, एक साइड so in ethical hacking, we can say the cyber security related, this topic is majorly and it is happening like that. Like right now, I have experienced some of the things, so you must also get aware with those stuff. There are several credit card fraud is going that's going to be happening now. And in India, we are very unaware with such type of the issues. उनको पता ही नहीं, कोई भी फोन करके अभी 3 या 4 दिन पहले मेरे पापा के ऊपर फोन आया कि आपके सब सेंट्रल बैंक में से जितने भी आपके अकाउंट है ना वो सब बंद हो जाएंगे, आप जल्दी से अपना क्रेडिट कार्ड या डेबिट कार्ड नंबर दीजिए. It's happened और my father वो पढ़े लिखे बोले कि ये नंबर पे फोन करो, ये मेरे लड़के का नंबर है वो बात करें. बाद में मुझे फोन आया and everything like things. मैंने बोला कर दो, आप बंद ही कर दो, मेरे पास वैसे भी पैसे नहीं है, आप बंद कर दोगे तो इतने जाओ यहाँ पे छुट्टी रखते, आप बंद कर दोगे अच्छा होता है. जितने वो डिपॉजिट है 3-3, 4-4 हजार रुपये रखना पड़ता है, वो तो वापस मिल जाएगा तो 1 महीने का राशन हो जाएगा मेरे घर. बंद कर दो, नहीं वो तो बंद हो जाएगा, बाद में कर दो बंद. बाद में नहीं ऐसा नहीं होता, आपको ध्यान देना. अभी यार मैंने सुना है उसको, उसने फोन काट दिया, ऐसा है ऐसा है. मैंने बोला मैं पुलिस केस करो, पुलिस केस करो, ऐसा भी बोल रहे यार. एक बहुत सारी ऐसी सीरीज भी आ रही है वेब पे, आप देख सकते हैं. आई थिंक इट इज फ्रॉम समवेयर फ्रॉम बिहार और समवेयर सच टाइप ऑफ द रीजन आते हैं, वहां से ये सब क्राइम. यू मस्ट अवेयर विद दैट एंड मेक श्योर योर फैमिली मेंबर आल्सो गेट अवेयर. एक हमारे ही रिलेशन में एक भाई, उसको वो मैसेज आया कि 10 लाख रुपए आपके अकाउंट में जमा कीजिए, जल्दी से सबमिट करो, इतने पैसे डालो ये काम. तो वो दौड़ उसमें विशाल लॉटरी लग गई, देखो ऐसा ऐसा. मैंने बोला तूने लॉटरी की टिकट ली थी? बिना लॉटरी की टिकट के कोई लॉटरी कैसे होता है? सो इट हैपेंस, सो यू आल्सो मस्ट अवेयर. एंड अदर लाइक ऐसा नहीं है कि वो सब बिना पढ़े वाले लोग जिनको पता नहीं है क्या ये सब चीजें क्रेडिट कार्ड के वो ही फंस रहे, नहीं पढ़े लिखे लोग भी फंस रहे. Recently, I will give you the best example for that. Maybe थोड़ी देर सोच लिया, ऐसा भी ये लोग उसमें भी इनोवेशन है. आप देखो इन लोगों ने so policy. Now, if you are selling the policy, तो आपको पता है लाइफ इंश्योरेंस की तो सब बात कर, लाइफ इंश्योरेंस के तो कॉल आते हैं. वी आर नॉट कंसीडरिंग ऐसे काइंड ऑफ द फ्रॉड कॉल. तो उन लोगों ने मुझे 15 मिनट तक एक रिलायंस एलिगेयर करके एक कंपनी है और इट्स अ राइट कंपनी. दैट कंपनी उन लोगों ने वही एक प्लान को बता के वही सेम प्लान मैंने इंटरनेट पे भी चेक कर रहा हूँ, मैं वो बोल रहा है मैं वेब पे देखता हूँ सब चीजें वो सब मुझे समझा रहा है. उसके मैनेजर को फोन दे रहा है, ये सब चीजें. मैंने बोला चलो ये सही बताया. बोले कि 30,000 रुपए आप पे करो, आपको लाइफ इंश्योरेंस भी मिलेगा और साथ में आपको मेडिकल बेनिफिट. अभी क्या होता है लाइक इन दिस फाइनेंशियल, मेडिकल आपको अलग लेना पड़ता है, लाइफ इंश्योरेंस अलग लेना. इन लोगों ने कंप्लेंट कर दिया और वो पहले से बोले मेरे पास सही है ये भी है. बोले कि 30,000 पेमेंट और सेम चीज 30,000 या 50,000 वाला सेम प्लान बता रहा है एग्जैक्टली सेम. चलो ठीक है, कोई तारीख और नंबर भी स्पैम में नहीं है. एंड में जब मैंने बताया कि 30,000 रुपया आपको पे एग्री, बट इसके लिए मुझे 3-4 महीने का टाइम. अभी तो मेरे पास 30,000 रुपये नहीं है, थोड़ा टाइम तो दो. ऐसा नहीं कि आपने बोला अभी ट्रांसफर कर दिया. आप मुझे कुछ डिटेल भेजो, व्हाट्सएप करो, मुझे मेल आईडी सब बोला कि मेल आईडी पे मेरा मैसेज दो, ठीक है मैं भेजता हूँ, आपको ऐसा ऐसा पेमेंट करना पड़ेगा ऐसा ऐसा. लेकिन मैंने बोला मैं 3 महीने बात करूंगा. बात बोला ये स्कीम 3 महीने के लिए, तब मुझे लाइट हो रहे 3 दिन में इतनी बड़ी स्कीम वेबसाइट में से चली जाएगी. अभी क्या ऐसा नहीं होता सर, आपने इतनी देर समझाया, आपको अभी बोलना चाहिए ना कि आपको इतना टाइम चाहिए. फोन काटे में समझ गए ये फोन. बाद में उसको लगा कि नहीं अभी कुछ थोड़ा चांसा दे के 1 महीना ऐसा करके थोड़ा पैसे डलवा के मैं 2,000 रुपए तो दे दो टोकन मनी और आपकी पॉलिसी. उसको तो पैसे से मतलब है कि 15 मिनट बाद की पैसे जितने बाद में इतने सारे 4-5 नंबर्स कंटिन्यूस फोन आ रहे हैं इससे 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 मैं 10 मिनट तक तो सबको ब्लॉक 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 करना पड़ा एक को ब्लॉक करो दूसरे से इसको ब्लॉक करो तीसरे बोला कि लाइक दिस इज आल्सो पीपल आर डूइंग राइट नाउ सो यू आल्सो मस्ट अवेयर विथ यू एंड योर फैमिली कि ऐसे भी कोड आ सकते हैं क्रेडिट कार्ड वो तो ठीक है लेकिन इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी पे आपको नहीं यार एजेंसी का एजेंट ही सब अच्छा अच्छा बोला ऑफिस यहाँ पे है राजकोट में सब बाद में वो लास्ट में ऐसा करा पे कर दो सर भी किसी ने ये काम it happens ऐसा ध्यान रखिए so this is just an overview of overall stuff what is TCP/IP and whatever the book that I am mentioning over here that you can see that is available in your Canvas so you can download it from that and there are another this is a link also there so you can access this PPT from your study material and you can go to those links and find out the content. Is there any doubt in this particular chapter? Second chapter is officially over. Any doubt, any query to anyone? Okay, chaliye. Good one. Let me will go with the we will go with another chapter. Let me just share you. PPT. Shift. What happened? Okay. So what is the topic we have? Next chapter. And next chapter, which is also going to be very interesting, you need to understand place. Now, this is actually come as a signal. So right now we are discussing a lots of stuff on what do you mean by data, what do you mean by signal. सबसे बोल रहे like there are a different signaling technique, but what are those different signaling technique? Or signal generated, what are the techniques for that, how the data transform to signals, what are the different type of the signal, fundamental of digital signals, that type of the stuff we are going to discuss in this chapter 3. So what are the targeting? Digital to digital conversion. You have a data, zeros and ones, you are having the signals, having a discrete level. So how this data zeros and one convert to such discrete level of signals, digital to digital. Digital transmission mode, what are the different transmission modes are there? Analog to analog transmission, if you have analog signal and you are converting into the analog modulation, the techniques are there. Digital to analog transmission, how digital data convert to analog, that type of the thing we are doing. So, I think this topic is
Sir.
Yes, please tell me.
Sir, this third chapter will be in the mid syllabus.
You know?
Third chapter has a mid ma.
But subject માં mid semester mid exam હોય છે?
Sir, DS માં તો હોય.
DS માં આ તો DCA
sorry.
છે ભાઈ.
sorry sir.
आप भूल गए हो ये मितेश पटेल सर नहीं है विशाल सोरठिया सर आप कमेंट करती है डेटा स्ट्रक्चर में सिग्नल क्या है आप अभी ज्वाइन हुए क्या चलिए like this is happened mix and continuously वो word आता है DCN में मिक्स भी नहीं है इसमें आए 150 मार्क का जिसमें आपको सिस्को पैकेट ट्रेसर के सर्टिफिकेट करने हैं सिस्को के टास्क करने हैं वर्कशीट करनी है ठीक है बट ओके इट्स हैपेंड सो व्हाट आर द TC1 में हम लोगों ने सारे डायग्राम देखा होगा आई हैव एक्सप्लेन्ड दैट व्हाट इज दिस डायग्राम विल टेल अस प्लीज लिसन others so this diagram is going to tell us like real life signal that we are experiencing like you can say temperature or any video signal or any light signal or any sound whatever the thing that you you are observing in real life, it is all analog. Okay, it is all, it's not like 0 1 0. You are not listening like that. You are not understanding from that also what you are listening, audio, you are seeing, watching a video, or you are experiencing some temperature or some reading, all signals are analog in nature. But whatever the data we want to process and we want to transfer from one place to another place, it must be digital because we are using a digital communication. We are storing those data in our laptop, in our mobile, all are digital. So here there are biggest question will come how those analog signal convert into digital. ये जो एनालॉग सिग्नल सब है वो कैसे डिजिटल में कन्वर्ट होंगे तब जाके हम उसको स्टोर कर सकते हैं उसको ट्रांसमिट कर सकते हैं मॉडिफाइड कर सकते हैं सो व्हाट इज अ एनालॉग टू डिजिटल कन्वर्जन प्रोसेस इज देयर ओके so to converting this analog to digital there are three basic block is going to use this entire diagram is considered as a pulse coded modulation PC okay? And it is having a three block sampling quantizing and encoding. Now, what is sampling, what is quantizing, and what is encoding? In a simple line definition, we can say sampling, it means chopping your analog signal vertically. Quantization, it means chopping the sample signal horizontally and identify the respective value of each chopping splice and convert it into the digital. So that's the sweet and short explanation in 1 or 2 lines we can see. Now, what is the meaning of this one? Sampling is nothing but it will generate. Sampling is nothing but it will generate whatever your continuous analog signal is there into the discrete analog signal. Now, discrete analog signal it means it will take a sample after every specific time duration. You can see from this PAM signal. We take a laser pointer. You can see from this VM, after every specific time period, it will take one sample from the analog signal. Okay. So whatever your continuous data is there, now it is converted into a discrete. Okay, continuous time, continuous value, discrete time, discrete value में करना है. तो आपने पहले क्या कर दिया? Discrete time कर दिया. You have converted into the discrete value you have taken. You are taking a discrete values by using the sampling. So there are several like MOSFET based, transistor based, op-amp based. There are different type of the transistor based circuits are there which is used to do the sampling. Then it is making the quantization. Now what is a quantization is there? It is depend on that what is your chip having the digital conversion resolution. I can say like that. You have decided that whatever the each and every sample signal I have taken, let's say you are taking a sample at the rate of 150 hertz. Okay. Let's say you are having a 120 samples are going to be there, and you decide that each and every sample I am going to present with the 4 bit. हर एक sample को कितने bit में represent करूँगा? 4 bit. So I can say if I am having a 4 binary bit, so how many possibilities are there? 2 raised to 4, 16. So how many quantization or how many quantization level I supposed to choose? 16. So आप क्या करोगे? आपका जो भी maximum और minimum voltage का span है उसको आप चॉप करोगे कितने लेवल में? 16 लेवल में. और आप ढूंढोगे कि ये सैंपल आपने फर्स्ट सैंपल लिया वो कौन से चॉपिंग रेंज आ रहा है. And in that range, what is the digital value to assign as a digital data? So quantization is nothing but identify that how many voltage discrete level you have given to your system or for your entire simple signal. That is the process of quantization. Encoding is nothing but extract those different digital values and present in terms of digital sequence 1 0 1 1. For the better understanding, I'm directly jumping to the one of the stuff. It's look like this. So see that this is a red signal. Whatever the spikes are there, it's a sample signal. Whatever this yellow and this gray signal you are seeing is a quantization level. And according to that, whatever the samples you have, it is coming near to which particular samples or which particular voltage level. According to that, you are converting it to the specific bits. There are a concept of normalized quantized value, normalized error. It means what is a normalized quantized value? Like whatever the sample you have taken, where you need to present what is a nearby value. Preferably, we have considered the highest value of that one. Like 1 by 1.22, I'll go with 1.50. 1.50, it will go to the 1. 3.24, 3.50. Now over here, 3.94, also it will going to 3.50. Why? Because your previous signal is going to as it is so. Isn't that? Whatever the border signal are there, if it is not touched to the larger value, above the larger value, it is going to drop down by value. It is also going to decide as a 3.5, 2.20, 2.5, 1.10, 1.5, 2. So you can see like in majority of the stuff, whatever the highest value is preferably considered. But sometimes it is there if nearby two value having around the same voltage level, so both are going to be as a same encoded one that you have observed here. यहाँ पे भी इसको I can say 7 में encode किया था और इसको भी आप 7 में encode कर रहे हैं. इसको भी 7 में और इसको भी 7 because it's the highest. You are having a 11.3, you are assigning it to the one because it's nearby to this one. As well as this 9.4, 1.88 is there, as well as you are giving to the 2 value of that. So likewise, you are going to give that nearby voltage level that you have. According to that nearby voltage value, you are giving their encoded pin. So whatever this sample, यहाँ पे आपके पास 10 sample है या 9 sample है. So this entire analog signal now converted into the digital of 010, 101. तो ये data आपके device में store होगा जो last में लिखा है. But your analog signal will be like this one. This is a sample. So this is the process. पहले vertically chop करो, horizontally chop करो, nearby जो भी उसकी value है voltage level की, वो assign करो हर एक sample को और digital data convert करो. Is it okay? It look easy. ऐसा ही करना है इसमें analog digital convert होता है. ये mind पे भी आना चाहिए किसी को कि भाई ये कैसे करें. So behind that, whatever thing I'm just finally I have explained to you. To accept this particular stuff, one of the scientists has get 5 to 6 years. 5 या 6 साल पहले एक बंदे ने ऑलरेडी एक पेपर पब्लिश करके बता दिया था कि अभी हमारे पास ट्रांजिस्टर है, likewise is a process. So by using such sampling, quantization and encoding, you can convert your signal, you can convert your analog signal to digital. लेकिन उस टाइम किसी ने उसके ऊपर ध्यान नहीं दिया, ऐसा थोड़ी ना होता है. Once the transistor came and all the revolution began, after 6 to 7 years, we will get this concept and the cost has been made of the scientists. But this story I have heard from one of the professor from DAICT. It's kind of like why there are people doing extreme hard work in their life, but they are not getting recognition during their time. Why? Because whatever the stuff that you are, yeah, somebody has question. I think I have heard someone. Any question? Somebody is asking, opening their mic and asking something. So what I'm saying, it has happened like that. Whenever you are presenting something, you are thinking into the extreme level, but whatever the people around you, they might not be get. If you have heard the story of that benzene, do you know benzene? Benzene ring. Okay, at that time my chemistry professor are saying like that, how that benzene will get idea about that circle in that hexagon set. Benzene सबको पता है, उसके अंदर वो circle होता है. कैसे उसको पता चला कि like एक snake है, वो अपनी ही पूंछ को अपने मुंह में लेके ऐसे घूम रहा है. Likewise, he is like initially there are 3 such. Then it is come to the circle. So he has put at the circle directly, but not having any explanation of that why this is a circle. But after a few years, वो benzene गुजर भी गया. उसके बाद एक बंदे ने प्रूव किया कि नहीं, ये केमिस्ट्री के ये सिंबल रिप्रेजेंटेशन में अंदर सर्कल आना चाहिए और मेनी इनोवेशन हैज बीन गेन. और इसके सम्मान में बेंजीन का फोटो वहां की जो करेंसी थी उसमें हम लोगों ने उसका फोटो भी किया और करेंसी भी डिस्ट्रीब्यूट की पूरे वर्ल्ड में. सो होता है लाइक अभी आप बोल रहे हैं ऐसा होगा. आपके आजू-बाजू वाला अरे क्या पागल जैसी बात कर रहे हैं, माइट बी हैपन। हो सकता है 6 साल बाद कोई आपको ढूंढता है कि सर आपने कर दिया। If you are thinking on that over, don't just underestimate yourself कि भाई मैं कुछ ज्यादा सोच रहा हूँ, ऐसा नहीं सोचना है, क्योंकि रेगुलर वे में तो सब सोचते हैं। Try something. I have seen lots of people coming on come up with projects like in SSIP. SSIP is a through which if you need a financial support of 2 lakh or 3 lakh, अगर आपके पास कोई ऐसा आइडिया है जो आगे जाके कोई मार्केट प्रोडक्ट बनेगा, okay, like you can start your own business, your entrepreneurship, you need to develop such type of the skill, and if you have such idea, you can submit proposal to the SSIP, and that particular committee will give you the 2 lakh rupees of grant to run, to create your project for initial startup. Then after, if you further ask for more money, you can see that you can ask for 20 lakh, 30 lakh, 50 lakh, whatever that scheme are recommending that, you can also ask the grant. It's not the loan. You can get those money for your research and development, for your but it must be passed to the committee. So whenever we see the presentation of the student, and that is a major thing that is lagging in our, we can say our region. Okay, like, और ये सुनना चाहिए सबको, सब लोग सुनिए क्या है यहाँ पे बैठ के, like आप एक कोई क्लास में बैठे, आपको भी नहीं पता था कि ये कोई IoT जैसा कुछ होता है। I'm just taking an example. IoT जैसा कुछ है, आपने अभी 12th का सेमेस्टर तक आपको पता ही नहीं था कुछ IoT जैसा। Once you have heard first IoT, you will start like, okay, wow, IoT से ऐसा वायरलेस सेंसर बन सकता है, आप ये कंट्रोल कर सकते हो, ये कंट्रोल कर सकते हो। ऐसा करके आप क्या करोगे, मार्केट में जाओगे, IoT के कुछ डिवाइस लेके आओगे और घर में सब कुछ कंट्रोल करने का हार्डवेयर सॉफ्टवेयर सब बना के, बट अब ये सोचो, IoT ये करने के लिए ही बना था, तो जिन लोगों ने ये बनाया है वो ऑलरेडी ये प्रोडक्ट मार्केट में बेच रहे और पैसे भी कमा रहे। आपको अभी सिर्फ प्रोग्रामिंग करके ऐसा डिस्क्रीट सब डिवाइस लेके अभी बैठे, आपने अभी चालू किया है। बाहर विदेश में, फॉरेन में, यूएस में, यूके में, जापान में, चाइना में, कोरिया में 5 साल पहले ऑलरेडी ऐसे घर बन चुके हैं और पीपल यहाँ पे प्रोजेक्ट लेके आते हैं, कैसा, अरे सर इट इज अ वेरी इनोवेटिव आइडिया, यू कैन कंट्रोल द होम probably just good movie before making it for some control करना है। आप क्या नहीं कर रहे हैं? नहीं सर मैंने सर्च किया है, इसे पेटेंट ही नहीं, इसका पेटेंट नहीं हो सकता। कौन सी पेटेंट से तुमने सर्च किया कि ये पेटेंट नहीं हो सकता? नहीं सर मैंने इंटरनेट पे देखा था, लेकिन इंटरनेट पर millions of pages are there. For a patent also there are Australian patent site, US patent site, UK patent site, Indian patent site. आपको पता है कौन सी इंडियन पेटेंट साइट से आपको ये ढूंढना चाहिए? सर वो तो नहीं। So people are great in their mind and they are so much, I can say, वो बोलते हैं कि अंदर इतने महान है कि वो अपने आप को नीचा करना ही नहीं चाहते। And why it has happened? Because that type of the things that is excite us. Like मेरे आजू-बाजू में 20-50 लोग हैं ना, किसी को पता ही नहीं है ऐसा बात खत्म हो गई, ये दुनिया में मैं पहला वाला आदमी हूँ जो ये कर सकता है, ऐसा नहीं, ठीक है? You are living in the space, you are living in the place where similar people are there, so you cannot compare yourself with your kind of the region. You go outside, search on the internet that which type of the IoT based system is going to develop in Harvard University, in MIT or in Princeton. आपने कोई ऐसा देखा कि वो बच्चे क्या कर रहे हैं? If you go with that stuff और बताओ कि नहीं भाई देखो ये तो यहाँ पे भी नहीं है, मैं इतनी वेबसाइट पे देखा, इतनी यूनिवर्सिटी का सर्वे किया, कहीं पे भी ये चीज नहीं है, इतनी कंपनी में मैंने देखा, ऐसी प्रोडक्ट मार्केट में अवेलेबल ही नहीं है। चाइना की सब आप अलीबाबा में देखे, अली एक्सप्रेस, कितनी सारी चाइना की जो रिटेल वेबसाइट है जो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक प्रोडक्ट एक्चुअली बेच रही है, वहां पे मॉल है इस प्रोडक्ट। आप एग्जाम्पल हो स्टेशनरी का, तो स्टेशनरी की हमने दुकान देखी है, चाइना में स्टेशनरी के मॉल है, लाइक आप कौन सी प्रोडक्ट स्टेशनरी में आप सोच सकते हैं ऐसा है इमेजिन कर सकते हैं उसका पूरा मॉल है जैसे कैसे टीवी बाजार होता है स्टेशनरी बाजार है so we need to go to that place and verify your idea and it is applicable to you also whenever you decide your final project सर मैं वेबसाइट बनाऊंगा कैसी सोशल वेबसाइट साइट जैसे फेसबुक बनाया कि ना बाद में क्या करूंगा अरे इतने सारे लोगों को जोड़ूंगा और ऐसे बिलियन हो जाऊंगा ऐसा नहीं ऐसा नहीं वो तो फेसबुक भी यूज करेगा तेरी वेबसाइट में क्यों रजिस्टर करेगा दूसरे फ्रेंड भी नहीं है और तो जिस चीज के लिए फेसबुक में है वो चीज को आप हमारी वेबसाइट में नहीं है business constraints are there and such things so जब भी आप अपना प्रोडक्ट डिसाइड करो प्रोजेक्ट डिसाइड करो तो ऐसे अकेले मत बैठे यूज द रिसोर्सेस इसके पहले भी बात की थी डिजिटल लिटरेसी के बारे में मैंने पहले भी बताया था स्टिल वी आर डिजिटली इलिटरेट क्योंकि हम इंटरनेट एक्सेस करना इंफॉर्मेशन फेच करना जानते ही नहीं है गूगल में सर्च करो 5 वेब पेज में जो दिखा है दैट इज ऑल इन्फॉर्मेशन यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू 7th पेज वहां पे क्या कुछ है या नहीं गूगल ने बोल दिया ना 5 वेब पेज में नहीं है मतलब ये नहीं है ऐसा नहीं आपने गलत वर्डिंग चूज किए होंगे सर्च करने के लिए एज ए कंप्यूटर इंजीनियर यू मस्ट so this is the all stuff that I want to convey over here we'll start with this analog digital conversion and rest of the stuff from the next lecture so everybody just please write your enrollment number and name and then go to the next lecture over here in TC1 166 165 025 TC1 में 3 ही लो TC2 128 1 146 1 149 1 double 3 95 91 93 100 138 140 110 110 is there 112 okay 90 126 89 anybody else 154 114 TC3 में 23 बोलो